Hello, everybody. I'm Matthew.
I'm Chris.
And we are the NOLAnerds, here to bring you the top 5 disappointments of 2015, brought to you by Fallout 4.
Is it?
No, you didn't let me finish. It's not actually brought to you by Bethesda. It's brought to you by our cameraman who loves Fallout 4.
Well, I'm sure this will have no bearing on future documentation.
Fallout beer, Chris.
Yeah. I bet it's full of rads.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope when you drink it, you get a rad
Cause
rage.
your ear out of it. Just
Do the Chernobyl child, Chris.
That's rude.
All right.
Google that video yourself.
So yeah. I got a Pip-Boy. Boop, boop, boop.
Don't touch that.
Boop, 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 boop.
That thing is so clunky.
Detonate Nuketown. Boop, 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 boop.
You don't have Nuketown.
You don't know. All right, so before we start into the disappointments, let's talk about personal disappointments. What games do you wish you would have had time to play this year that you probably would have had on the list had you had time to dedicate?
I probably would have put Tomb Raider on if I had time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have a chance to boot it up before we made our final list. So
Right. See, for me, there was a couple throughout the year. Bloodborne is one I wish I would have had time for when it came out. Because for me, it's like when a game comes out, if I don't immediately jump into it, then other stuff comes out and it hits the backlog.
yeah, my backlog drawer's pretty full.
And normally November, December is when I hit that backlog, but this year I was busier in November and December than I've ever been.
Uh-huh.
So, Bloodborne, Splatoon, Metal Gear Solid 5, I was very sad I missed that train.
Yeah.
And then Tomb Raider.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer.
Yep, but I mean, you can't always get to all of them.
Uh-huh. That's why.
I mean, I've dabbled in all of those, but it's just our rule is it has to have a significant chunk of time. You can't just play.
That is why the good Lord gave us a backlog drawer.
Exactly.
To fill the
So, personal disappointments aside, like for me, a disappointment is you as a friend. You're just the worst.
Well, I'm disappointed in our continued friendship too.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Ooh, you're warm.
Your hand is so cold.
Ooh. Hold on, your ear's warm.
Oh, stop. Gross.
All right. So, number 5.
You know what my biggest disappointment is?
Hmm.
My game froze on the final thing.
Ha! Womp womp.
Fuck everything. Just fuck
Number
it.
5 is stop using bad language.
Shut
Chris.
up.
We are a family show.
No, we're not.
We are.
Never.
I'm gonna brand you.
Okay, well, talk about number 5.
Evolve. So this was a game, remember when it was announced in 2014 and then it got delayed and you were like, that's fine, it's to make it a better game. We were so hyped for Evolve from the makers of Left 4 Dead, a new game, a 4-on-1 competitive multiplayer game. It seems so good.
Well, you know, it's not just Evolve, because there's been a string of other, multiplayer only games that have all fallen to the wayside.
Rainbow Six Siege was one.
Battlefront.
Most recently.
Yeah.
No, but see, Battlefront's still huge with a massive following. So
Sure,
I
for
can't
now.
count that. Yeah, until that moment happens, though, it Evolve's the poster child of that.
Right.
Number 4 is Batman Arkham Knight. But wait, Matthew and Chris, that game was on your top 10 list. How could it be a disappointment?
Mind your own business.
We were playing the PlayStation 4 version. The PC version was just a textbook case of clusterfuckery.
It was real bad.
A game that was so bad it got pulled from Steam to be patched up and retooled. Then it was released months later, still broken, to the point where they had to offer refunds to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, that's unheard of.
And it's at the point where, Batman Arkham Knight's a great game, but it lost so much momentum. Just because it came out on the PC and
Right.
it was so bad.
Yeah. I mean, and we're not talking like an indie game that didn't have time to QA test it. It was
bad.
just, it was
And
awful.
and there's no good reason.
No, at all.
No.
So, yeah, poor Batman. Number 3, Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider bombs. Like, we're talking Scott Pilgrim at the box office bombs.
Well, it hits me the same way.
And
It's
that's
sad.
why I use Scott Pilgrim, because it's a game that shouldn't have.
Don't move.
There was
You have
a
nowhere to
series
go.
of missteps that
Kill her,
points
now!
that led to this moment. Did not crack that. numbers came out. Tomb Raider and Rise of Tomb Raider was 360 index. Barely hit 200,000.
And it came out the same day as Fallout 4, which is
That was one of its first missteps.
it's a bad
Released
time.
that in early October. There's no competition. The month it released it alongside Fallout 4. A week later, it went up against Fallout 4. A week earlier, it went up against Fallout 3. A week earlier from there, it went up against 5. Don't release it at that time. Give it October or September when it's by itself.
Give it December.
All right, number 2 is just Konami as a whole. From the way they mismanaged Kojima as a person, how they mismanaged the release leading up to Metal Gear Solid 5, how they mismanaged everything about Metal Gear post the release, such as having their lawyers bar Kojima from accepting a Game of the Year award at the Game Awards show, to the fact that because of their non-compete clause, the PlayStation, Kojima was supposed to come out as the close of the PSX conference and announce his new game there. It's his exclusive PS4 game.
Yeah.
But the non-compete clause didn't end until a week after that, so he couldn't go to that. To the fact that leaked memo came out that said that they treat their employees like prisoners and force underachieving employees to work as janitors. To the biggest twist of the knife of all, canceling PT Silent Hills, the collaboration between Guillermo del Toro and Kojima. It's just awful.
It's horrific.
And in the year leading up before that, they got rid of Castlevania. Ego left.
Yeah.
So they have nothing.
You know, and it's one of those things where if you look at it, there's only two explanations. Either it's sheer incompetence or it's malicious. Right. And I'm banking on malicious.
It has to be. Like, there's no way you can have been a successful company for so long and then in the span of a year and a half, tank everything.
And you know, we're not experts in Japanese business culture, but it doesn't take that to look at their decisions and think something is horrifically wrong. Their treatment of Kojima is worse than I would put on a beaten dog.
And as you noticed, Hideo Kojima is not here with us tonight, and I want to tell you a little bit about that. Mr. Kojima had every intention of being with us tonight, but unfortunately he was informed by a lawyer representing Konami just recently that he would not be allowed to travel to tonight's awards ceremony to accept any awards. He's still under an employment contract, and it's disappointing, and it's inconceivable to me that an artist like Hideo would not be allowed to come here and celebrate with his peers and his fellow teammates such an incredible game as Metal Gear Solid 5. But that's the situation we're in. Hideo is in Tokyo right now watching the show, so we want you to know, Hideo, that we're thinking of you, and we miss you. We hope to see you at the Game Awards 2016.
Yeah. So number 1, what could be worse than the clusterfuck that is Konami in 2015?
Well, let's roll that back. Konami is the worst.
Is it?
But we gotta talk about Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 is our number 1 disappointment of 2015.
Our proud sponsor.
And let me point out to you why.
Okay. Well, let's also roll it back. This is our personal preference. This is not
this is the NOLAnerds disappointment.
The top 4 are all objective failures in the games industry. This one is purely us.
Because more you than me. Because here's the thing. Fallout was one of the most hyped games of this year. The fervor up to its release was substantial. Mm-hmm. The pedigree it had behind it was strong. And I had gotten more excited for this than any Fallout before. I got the Pip-Boy edition. I was super hyped, got it on my PC, upgrades. It was set to Ultra. I jumped in, and it didn't click. And then I found out from you, as a huge, the Fallout fan that I know, didn't click either.
It really doesn't. And, there's been a lot written and a lot said about it. The story aspects, I think, are the biggest hindrance in that the dialogue has been neutered to the point where it doesn't matter what you say.
Having a charisma build is pointless in Fallout 4 because dialogue doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's always 3 options. It's sarcastic, which leads to the same path.
Sarcastic to yes.
I'm going to ask a question, and then you can ask a follow-up question.
And no and yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. And then, not even that, graphically, at least on the Xbox One, and I don't know about other ones, it doesn't look that great. It's just not
hard
what
to put
I
into
wanted.
words.
It's not what I wanted. And, we were hyped, like, build your own civilization. Well, that's more of a pain in the ass than it was kind of led to believe. Because your people are dumber than rocks. And if you don't tell them to do anything, they're just going to sit in the corner and die.
Here's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
The encumbrance limit. Because this is a game where they're like, every piece of junk has a purpose because of our new crafting system and because of our new settlement system. So everything you pick up has a purpose. And then they make the encumbrance system so jarring and so ever prevalent that they're punishing you for their new game mode. Yeah. It's like, look at all this stuff you can do, but if you actually try and utilize it in the field, sucks to be you. I hope you like fast traveling every 6 minutes.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's our biggest disappointment.
And it's funny because I felt this was happening when you added it to your Game of the Year list in November, and you actually spent the entire time explaining, like, when you told why you put it on the list, it was nothing but complaints. You're like, Fallout 4 is on my list. Well, I don't really like it very much.
Well, I had to fill out the top 10, and Fallout 4 is one I put in a lot of time, and it just doesn't work for me. And I'm trying to finish the main quest line, and I find all the factions pretty miserable, frankly.
And all the side quests are just fetch quests.
Yeah, but that's the way it's always been.
All right. So. Well, I'm Matthew.
I'm Chris.
And we're the NOLAnerds, and this has been our...
No. That was disappointing. Fallout 4.
Fallout 4's Game of the Year, 5 out of 7. Would play again. Please buy Fallout 4. I have a family.
You?
Chris thinks Fallout 4 is the worst.
No, I love Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is so good.
I think Fallout 4 is great. It's
no, shut up, you hate it.
Played. No.
No, shut up, you hate it.
Chris, Fallout 4 for me is the best thing I've ever played.
It's the best now in the video.
It's the best one ever. I'm
Chris
so sorry.
Hates Fallout 4.
No, I love Fallout 4.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Chris. Send help.